Well, we are here ahead of the U.S. Open. Arron, you get a chance to be out here working this, covering this, but you also have played this course. You had a top 10 finish in the U.S. Open at Pinehurst back in 2005. So take me through that moment, what it was like then being a player and what it's like now being a part of the broadcast team.
And this is my second broadcast actually here. I did it in 2014 when they had the U.S. Open back here for the first time after the changes. It's very different being on this side of the ropes versus that side of the ropes for sure. The funny thing is the butterflies are still there even when you're doing television and you're doing a broadcast and you want to get things right. You want to make sure that you represent the players the right way, you represent the golf course and the championship the right way. But as a player, it was pretty spectacular getting to play this golf course. And I wish I would have been able to play it in 2014 with the changes they made, because it's a ton of fun and it's very visually different now.
Guys going through practice rounds today, what are they trying to get accustomed to? What are they seeing when they get out here for those practice rounds?
They're going to get accustomed to lines. Basically, what they're trying to do is they're trying to find lines. They're trying to make sure that they get the right angles into these greens, because this is, unlike a lot of traditional U.S. Open golf courses, this is a second shot golf course. So the fairways are fairly wide and they give you plenty of room to drive the ball in those fairways. But it's up to you if you want to choose whether or not to drive it in the proper side of those fairways so that you can attack certain hole locations. So if you drive it on the wrong side of certain fairways, there are certain hole locations that aren't going to be available to you unless you come up with something spectacular, really. So if you choose the right angle to approach from and you're able to pull that tee shot off, you could have the ability to attack a hole location and get on the board early with a birdie.
And when you look at the field for this U.S. Open, what are some of the standout guys to you, and who are maybe some of the underdogs or dark horses that you think could pull this off this week?
Wow. Well, I think the two guys you got to look at right away that are far and away the two best players right now that are playing are the PGA champions, Xander Schauffele and obviously Scotty Scheffler, who's won 5 times up to this point. Those two guys, I think, are heads and shoulders above everybody else, even though maybe the betting people might not see it that way, the way they're setting the odds. I would put Xander, right behind Scotty, kind of as not quite a co-favorite because Scotty's that much better, but Xander's going to have something to say about it, well, I think by the end of the week for sure. As far as dark horses, I haven't thought a lot about my dark horse picks this week. Keegan Bradley played well here in 2014. I like Keegan on this golf course. He's also playing really good golf. I like Cam Smith off the Live Tour. I think this is a great golf course for Cam. His short game and his iron play is going to shine around here. So I look for Cam Smith. If he's playing well, I look for him to play well. This is, unless Scotty goes and runs away with it, this could be a really tightly contested and a lot of fun U.S. Open to watch for sure.
A lot of folks here in North Carolina and that will be traveling here for the U.S. Open excited to get a chance to see Tiger Woods play. Obviously, a big gallery just for practice on Monday. What do you make of where he's at? It's nice to see the moments of him and Charlie out here together going through things, but just the opportunity to have Tiger come here and compete again.
He's in a different phase in his life now. I think he'd admit that. I don't know. He comes out and he says he wants to win, but there's nothing as an analyst, if I look at it objectively as an analyst, there's nothing that I can say that from a number standpoint that point to the fact that he could win this week. So for him to come out, he'll compete for sure, and he will never give up on a shot because he's never given up on a shot in his life. But for him to do something special this week, it's going to take a Herculean effort, I think, for him to even have a chance to win for sure. I'm hoping he makes the weekend. That's what I'm hoping for, and he can really thrill these fans on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just looking at the reigning U.S. Open champ, obviously a different course last year, but Wyndham Clark, where do you think he's at this season, and what does he kind of need to do to maybe get back in the game? A rough few weeks.
He was one of the guys that I didn't mention as a favorite, and unfortunately I can't just because of where he's at in his game right now. He's just not playing as well as he needs to be playing right now. He has had a rough couple of weeks. Control, just understanding control. Listen, all those guys who are in that top 10 in the world, they're always this close from breaking out. And it's one little thing that Wyndham probably needs to click on, and then he's got it. He clicked on it last year, understood it, and was able to ride it. He just needs to find that one little thing, then it's usually something very small, and all of a sudden, okay, I've got it, and then he can go off and run with it. It's just finding that thing is the hardest part.
And I want to ask for folks who are coming out, obviously a lot of golf fans will be here, but maybe some first-timers tuning into our coverage on NBC. What can they expect from this week? What are some things you would say, hey, this is going to be exciting and this is what you should look out for?
As from a golf perspective, you're going to love the walk around Pinehurst. If you've never been here before, the walk around Pinehurst is extremely special. It's unique. There's nothing else like it in the United States from a golf perspective. It's truly one of a kind venue, and I think that they're going to enjoy the visuals. It's visually stunning from tee to the green, and I think that the walk, it's a wonderful walk. I just walked the back nine just now and loved it, and it reminded me a little bit of playing here in '05. The greens were very similar. But I think that what they're going to see a lot of carnage around the greens. I can promise you that, because these are about the most unique, next to Oakmont, about probably the most unique U.S. Open greens you're going to find. And so if they're into watching players potentially play ping pong back and forth, you might see that a few times from the best players in the world this week, because that's how difficult these greens really are.
Yeah, well, Arron, we appreciate your time. Thanks for your insight and analysis. We look forward to watching you do the coverage of the U.S. Open this week.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.